And welcome once again to Stonebridge Wet Nose Wednesday, where we are all about the animals and getting some pets, some wonderful homes here. We're going to get to our special guest here in just a moment on this Stonebridge Wet Nose Wednesday. We got a couple of great guests. We're going to talk to Leslie about Peanut, Harvey, Seth, Artie, and everything else with regard to Old Dominion Humane Society, our special guest today. And I do want to put this out there at the very get-go that make sure you're watching this entire broadcast, because at the end, we're going to give you a keyword that you're going to be able to put into the link wherever you're watching this from. You'll see a link there. You'll be able to put it in, and you're eligible to win a $50 gift certificate to Unleashed. Great products, great services from Unleashed by Petco. So make sure you watch to the end so you at least get that bonus. And let's welcome our special guest, Leslie. It's a pleasure to have you from the Old Dominion Humane Society. Yay, Leslie!
Yay,
and
thank you.
I see a wagging tail in the background already. This is going to be great.
You do. Yeah, I don't. Right. It's all about the dogs. It's not about me. So I'm just speaking on their behalf this morning. But thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you obviously spotlighting the dogs and spotlighting our organization. We are completely volunteer run. So if you're listening and you love dogs as much as we do, we would love to have you join our crew. It's actually very easy. Just to let you know, the best way to get involved with us in any way, shape, or form, whether it be volunteering, fostering, adopting, or donating, is to use our website, which is olddominionhumanesociety.org. And that we have the little banners up for each one of those things. You click them, and we will walk you through and help you get to whatever you want to do. So
I love it. It's simple. It's very simple. I like it. Now, let me ask you this, Leslie, because I want to get this out at the open, and then we'll get to our special guests.
Okay.
Are there, I want to establish any protocols that are going on with this day and age of COVID-19. And I know things are handled differently at every different place in the world. So how are things there as far as process? If someone sees one of the dogs today and wants to come adopt, what do they need to know about procedure, process, and all of that?
Okay, so now that we're about 6 months into this, we're slowly kind of working our way back into what was our normal all along. So basically, again, you want to use that website. That's where you can look at the adoptable dogs. Okay, so if you click on adoption, that's where you'll find the dogs that are available for adoption. One thing I do want you guys to know is that it's important to check that website almost every day, because the adoptable dogs that you see up, let's say, for example, there's 30 of them. That doesn't mean we only have 30 dogs in our care. In general, we usually have anywhere between 70 and 100 dogs in our care. But we don't put them up for adoption until they're fully vetted, or if they're puppies, obviously they have to be weaned from their mama. So, there's all sorts of special situations. But so you want to go on that website under adoption and look at our available dogs and see if there's a dog that you're interested in. And again, that does change almost every day as we put more dogs up for adoption or dogs get adopted out. But if you have a dog, you're like, you know what, that's the dog for me. We ask that you fill out an application, okay? And then that way, our application team, again, totally volunteer run. So give them, a little time and patience, because they also have full-time jobs and families. But they're going to look at your application, make sure everything is okay. And as long as it is, they will get back to you and say, okay, you are approved. Once you're approved with us, if that makes sense. And then they'll set up an appointment for you. So on Wednesday evenings from 4 to 7, we are totally by appointment. And we did that before COVID, and we do that during COVID. So we may set up an appointment for you on Wednesday if that works. But then on Saturdays, from usually about 11 to 2, we also do appointments. But we are luckily back to open adoptions as well. So if you have time in the afternoon on a Saturday between 2 and 4, we are back to running open adoptions. We try to do as much as we can outside in our green space, which is behind us. But if you come, obviously just the same way you would at any store you go to, wear a mask, and we'll obviously social distance as much as we can. Luckily, you don't have to social distance with the dogs. So you can get in there with the dogs and hug them and let them kiss you, and you can kiss them, and that's all good to go. So Wednesday nights, appointment only. Saturday mornings are by appointment. And again, that'll be all through, talking to the app team via email, or open adoptions are up and running from 2 to 4 every Saturday. So.
All right. Good intel, as they say. I see that wagging tail in the background. Let's get to who is Who is our first guest today, Leslie? Who are we looking for a home for?
This is Artie. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's like, he's got some treats. All right, so this is Artie. Let me back up a little so you can see him. Yeah, he is a sweet boy. He's, according to his mama, he is about 6 years old, and he is as sweet as can be. He has a special story. Artie came to us last week. His mom had found herself homeless, and knowing that she couldn't take care of him being homeless, she brought him to us, hoping that we could find a better life for him. So he has a special place in our heart, and we are looking for his forever family. And obviously, we're also hoping that his mama is out there and that her situation improves very soon as well. But yeah,
Absolutely.
So Artie is a sweet guy. But again, he had a mama, so he, is not a stray. He's used to living in a house and used to being spoiled, and we are spoiling him as much as we can until his forever home is found. So that's Artie. And
Artie's beautiful.
And you can see he can do a couple tricks, and he knows sit and paw. And so again, he's about 6 years old, and he's probably about 40 pounds, and he's very well behaved on the leash. And obviously, like you said, he's a good guy. He's a sweet guy, and he's a tail wagger too. So he would be a
Leslie,
perfect family dog.
Artie, good with kids in the house, good with other pets in the house, that sort of thing?
He is good with kids, and he is absolutely good with other dogs. The only thing we might be worried about is he went out to the farm this weekend. One of our volunteers took him out to the farm, and he was interested in a cat and kind of chased a cat. So questionable if he should live with a cat or not. Okay, so that could have just been something, but definitely great with other dogs. He's actually excited to see his friend Harvey, who's coming out next. So
great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here comes Harvey.
All right.
He's on his way. Oh my gosh, he's trying to knock over the camera. All right, Mr. Harvey is next.
Hey, Harvey.
Here's Mr. Harvey. He's got hi, buddy. So Harvey is a special case. First of all, one thing you should know about Old Dominion is that when we adopt out a dog, if the owners of the dog, once they adopt a dog, if they ever come into a situation where they can no longer keep the dog for any reason, okay, we not only ask but require that you bring the dog back to us. If it's been 2 weeks, if it's been 5 years. So Harvey was adopted out as a puppy from Old Dominion. And even though we do not breed label, that's one thing we don't do here. So if you're interested in a dog and you pull up that dog information, you're going to see mixed breed under the information for the dogs, because we just don't breed label. We don't really know in most cases who mom is or who dad is. And so we just don't do that. But I can tell you that Harvey is definitely a working dog. Okay. He comes from, his breed is that of a working dog. Okay. He was adopted as a puppy, as a little guy. And he is now unfortunately very overweight. He's bigger than he should be. Cute, but he's bigger than he should be. And his family returned him after they had him as a puppy, and now you can see he's older now. I think he's maybe like 5 years old. But he just didn't get the proper amount of exercise or stimulation that he needed for his breed. And that was creating some anxiety for him. And then that anxiety was creating, just some behavioral issues. So he is back with us. Hopefully, we're going to help, even though we're not doing it this morning by giving him treats, but we're definitely helping him lose some of that excess weight so that he can get back to his best self. Okay. Because he wants to exercise. Like I said, he's a working dog. Now, don't let that scare you off, meaning if you adopt Harvey, that you're going to have to be out running 8 miles a day to keep him exercise. That's not what we're saying, but he definitely needs, a good walk, a good fenced in yard. And so we're looking for a family that wants to exercise him, but he is a sweet guy. And again, family dog. So he can go live with kids or families or, retired people. He's a flexible guy. He's just looking for some exercise to work out that energy.
And Leslie, I like the, you said you don't necessarily have to go take him on marathons and whatnot and 8-mile walks, but I do like the hardest thing about working out and exercise is self-motivation. And if you're trying to get that motivation, oftentimes getting a dog that you need to walk and that wants to go out and walk on these beautiful days that we've had lately, that's not a bad thing. let the dog motivate you to get up off the couch, stop watching Netflix for 5 minutes, and go for a walk, right?
And they will guilt you into it because that's the case at my house. And let me tell you, we were talking about volunteering. Let's just say you're tuning in this morning and your dog family is complete at the moment. I hope that you're still listening and that you can consider volunteering for us. Like if you're not looking to adopt right now, that's okay. We can still use you as a volunteer. And talk about walking dogs. I am considered the crazy dog walking lady here because I come in and I try to take as many dogs as I can for a walk around our loop every day. So besides having my own dogs at home, I walk all these guys too. But so volunteering wise, we are so flexible when it comes to volunteering. Okay. We are not one of those where you have to sign up for, I will be here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's not how we run. Once you attend an orientation with us, then you can come and help us anytime you want. Okay. I mean, can you come at 2:00 in the morning? You can if you want to. Okay. And you
Sure.
can come as little or as often as you like. That's the flexibility. So we are probably the most flexible volunteer organization you could ever find. And we also welcome children too. As long as if you are like, you know what, I'm home, but gosh, the kids are home from school right now. You want to fill your afternoon? We welcome kids here too. We have jobs that you guys can do together, including walking. If you're walking a dog and you want to add a second leash and your child wants to walk beside you with that dog, you guys are more than welcome to do that. So again, if you're not looking to adopt right now, we can still use your help as a volunteer or as a foster. Okay.
Excellent.
All
Well,
right.
we met Harvey and we met Artie. Who do we have
Yes.
next in our parade of dogs?
Next, we have Seth, and Seth is very excited to be out, but he's got treats. Seth is a special situation. Let me back up a little because he's a big boy, so we need a lot of camera space.
Wow.
Good morning, Sethy. So Seth is 7 years old. You can see he has a little gray around his muzzle. But we call Seth our 7-year-old puppy. Okay, so don't let 7 fool you. Okay, sometimes people, I think they think senior dogs, and then they think, oh, I'm not going to have this dog for very long, or this dog isn't going to have any energy and it's going to want to lay around all day, or this dog is just going to have to go to the vet all the time. As you can see, Seth is 7 and Seth is full of plenty of energy and plenty of life, and he's only 7. So we definitely want to let people know senior dogs rock. Okay. And Seth rocks, and his situation or his story is extra special too, because he's one of our Puerto Rico dogs. So obviously, Old Dominion, we are partnered with, non-kill with kill shelters, I should say, in the area. So, people, shelters throughout Virginia or even throughout the East Coast will contact us and say, hey, we don't have room, and can you take this dog so that we don't have to euthanize them? And, we do our best to bring in as many dogs as we can. But we also go down, Chrissy actually, goes down to Miami and brings dogs back from Puerto Rico every so often, because we're also partnered with a rescue in Puerto Rico. And they have a huge problem with street dog overpopulation in Puerto Rico. So, and then people say, well, why can't they just be adopted in Puerto Rico? They just don't have the amount of people that are interested in having, a dog in their home as like we do in the United States. So a whole bunch of organizations bring back dogs from Puerto Rico every so often. So Seth came back from Puerto Rico, and Seth was actually a junkyard dog. He lived in a junkyard in Puerto Rico. He was chained out in a junkyard. He's been with us, I say, since the end of June. So obviously his situation has improved considerably being here, because we take really good care of Seth, as we do all of our animals here at the center and in foster care. But we're definitely hoping Seth will find a home soon, because like I said, he's our 7-year-old puppy. He has a lot of energy. He's a fun and sweet guy, and he's a beautiful dog as well.
And I got to say, I see with Seth, he's got a little of the gray coming in around the jowls like so many of us do. I think it gives him character and charm. So
exactly. And believe me, Seth has character and charm. So come meet him. So like I said, fill out an application. And even we talk about open adoptions. We do ask if you plan on coming to open adoptions, if you fill out that application in advance, it'll just help us process you through that much faster, because sometimes we get really busy on Saturday afternoons and we don't want people to be like waiting around forever. So if you can do that in advance, It doesn't have to be for a specific dog. You can just fill out an application and we can at least in advance review that and get you approved. Okay?
I love it. Artie, Seth, Harvey, all wonderful animals. Want to find
Yes.
them homes. And I understand we still have one more. So let's bring on our next special guest.
All right. Well, this is the final dog we're going to talk about this morning. And so far, we've met Artie, who's about 40 pounds. I would call him a medium-sized dog. And Harvey is a medium-sized dog, even though he needs to be on a diet. Seth is a larger dog. But then people always say, well, do you guys have smaller dogs? And the answer is yes, we do. Okay. We do have smaller dogs. Just know the one thing about smaller dogs is a lot of people, maybe because they live in an apartment or maybe because they're retired and they're, thinking, oh, I can't manage a larger dog. Smaller dogs do tend to get adopted rather quickly. So that's why I say always check the website and see who's new and just keep up to date on that so that you never feel like you're missing out on your opportunity. Now, here's a guy who needs to smell me first. This is Peanut. And he is between 5 and 7 years old. And he is a total sweet pea. And he's looking for his forever family. And he's a small dog. And are you a little nervous, Peanut? He's coming out of his shell, though. And you can see he would make a great lap buddy. But believe me, Peanut loves to be outside, too, in the fresh air. He loves Chrissy. He's like, please take me, Chrissy. But yeah, so this is Peanut. Yeah, so this is Peanut, one of our smaller dogs. Yeah. He's a little camera shy. Hi, buddy. You okay? So yeah, we have dogs of all ages. So we do have puppies. Okay. So again, if you're one of those people or you're like, we want to start with a puppy, we do have puppies come available for adoption. The key to that is just, again, to stay on the website, see when they come available. They have to be fully vetted and they have to be weaned from their mama and they have to be a certain age before they come available for adoption. But then, again, we have dogs of all ages. I think our oldest dog right now, maybe 10. And then obviously we have dogs of all sizes. So the key is just to stay on top of it at Old Dominion Humane Society. And that's also where we just ask you to, if you want to learn about volunteering, that will show you when you can come to a volunteer orientation. We have a calendar there. Again, you show up for the orientation. You don't even need to sign up for it. We'll get you all set up and then you can come and volunteer for us. And one thing I did want to mention really quick is that if you love dogs, but maybe you don't feel comfortable coming to walk them or take them outside, but you're still like, man, I love dogs and I just want to help. Believe me, you can come do laundry. You can come clean and organize. You can come do dishes. We have so many different things that you can do here for us. So, transport. Yeah. That's even another thing. If you want to drive, we would love to have you on our transport team because you cannot even imagine the amount of coordination that goes into getting these dogs completely vetted, spayed and neutered. All of our dogs, when you adopt them, will have a microchip. They will be spayed or neutered, and they will have their rabies and their distemper. So they'll be fully vetted and ready to go. But we make sure that is the case before they come up as adoptable on our website. So there's a lot of working pieces.
For all those pieces, all that information, contact and everything else, Old Dominion Humane Society.org. You can go to the website. You can reach out there on Lafayette. This is great. We've got Old Dominion Humane Society with us, Leslie and company, kind enough to join us for the show. Peanut, Harvey, Seth, Artie, wonderful animals. We want to find them all and all the animals their homes as soon as possible.
Yes.
And something else?
Oh, there was just 2 other things I wanted to plug. It's just 2 upcoming events we have. On Sunday, October 18th, we're going to have a foster fair. So we'll have a lot of our current fosters here. But if you're interested in fostering with us, another way you can volunteer. And another thing we're 100% flexible on. Okay. So flexibility. That doesn't mean you're taking a dog for months on end. It could be days or just a week. But if you're interested in fostering with us on Sunday, October 18th, we're going to have, hopefully the weather's beautiful. We're going to have a foster fair with food and we're all going to get together. So please join us for that. If you're a golfer, on October 23rd, which is a Friday at the Gauntlet Golf Club out on 17 North, that is all proceeds for that tournament go to Old Dominion Humane Society. So we'd love to have you come golf with us on Friday, October 23rd.
Awesome. Sounds like good events. And Leslie, I'm not going to let you off the hook here. I'm going to put you on blast here for a second. I need your help. We need a keyword to put out there. Everybody watching right now, you're going to take this keyword, and however you're watching, whether you link to us from Facebook or our YouTube channel, you're going to have the opportunity to put this word in, and you're eligible to win a $50 gift certificate to Unleash Products and Services by Petco. And Leslie, I'm going to let you choose the keyword today. So what would you like that to be?
Well, Peanut is still out here with us, so I think we should definitely highlight Peanut. So Peanut should be our keyword, and everybody knows how to spell Peanut, and he is definitely worthy of being the keyword, no doubt about it.
There you go. Peanut it is. Put Peanut in at the link you're seeing right now, and you'll be eligible for that $50 gift card. Want to thank Leslie and the great crew there at on our Stonebridge Wet Nose Wednesday. Not easy to say. And Old Dominion Humane Society for the time. The wonderful pets. Thank you so much, Leslie. And I can't wait to see you again next time on Wet Nose Wednesday.
Thank you again for having us, Steve. Have a great one.
You too. Thanks so much.
Bye.